Hello children, we are going to learn about the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. Okay, hope you remember what we learned in the last class. So please do watch the video till the end. Okay, in the last class you learned the zero of a linear polynomial is minus b by a. Remember that linear polynomial is in the form of ax plus b, and here you find that coefficient of x is a and b is a constant term, and zero of the polynomial is minus b by a. That is the relationship between zero of the polynomial and the coefficients for a linear polynomial. Okay, now what is the general formula for the quadratic polynomial? That is ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. It is very important to say a is not equal to 0, because if you put 0 in the place of a for the general form, the first term will be equal to 0. So ax square will be equal to 0 if a is 0. That means it will be in the form of linear polynomial if you put a is equal to 0. What remaining will be just bx plus c. Is that clear? Now we'll take an example for a quadratic polynomial. Here I have taken p of x is equal to 2x square minus 8x plus 6. Now you have learned to factorize quadratic polynomials by splitting the middle term, isn't it? So here minus 8x we are splitting as minus 6x and minus 2x. Have you understood? The reason is that product of the coefficients will be 2 into 6, 12, and sum is minus 8. Is that clear? So minus 6 into minus 2 will be plus 12, and minus 6 plus minus 2 is minus 8. Now taking the common factor out, you will get 2x into x minus 3 minus 2 into x minus 3, which will be equal to 2x minus 2 into x minus 3. So this is how you split the middle term and do factorization, isn't it? Now see, here for the first one 2 can be taken out, so you can write it as 2 into x minus 1 into x minus 3. This is a complete factorized form of the polynomial given. Okay, now see, what is the zero of this polynomial? How do you find out? You know that to find the zero of a polynomial you have to equate that to 0. So we'll equate the given polynomial to 0. So you'll get it like this. Now you can say from this, actually here you have 2, x minus 1 and x minus 3. Here 2 cannot be equal to 0. If you get the product to be 0, here either x minus 1 has to be equal to 0 or x minus 3 will be equal to 0. Is that clear? And now you can find the value of x from this. X is equal to 1 or x is equal to 3. So what are the zeros of the polynomial? 1 and 3. Is that clear? Now we are going to learn the relationship between zeros of a quadratic polynomial and the coefficients. Okay, now we have taken alpha and beta to be the zeros of the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. Therefore the factors of the polynomial will be x minus alpha and x minus beta. Is it clear? Now see, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to k into x minus alpha into x minus beta. Remember the previous example you did? It is in that form. Okay. Now see, this can be written as k into x square minus alpha x minus beta x plus alpha beta by opening the brackets. You are multiplying the terms in it, and then now see, taking x as the common factor for alpha x and beta x, you can write it as k into x square minus x into alpha plus beta plus alpha beta. Is it clear? Now see, here we have multiplied with k, all the terms in the bracket. So it becomes kx square minus kx into alpha plus beta plus k into alpha beta. Okay. Now see, compare now the given polynomial, that is quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, and what you have got, kx square minus kx into alpha plus beta plus k alpha beta. Just compare these two. You will find that k is actually in the place of a. The first term for both, you compare. First one is ax square, the other one is having kx square. See, these two are equal, you have found out, if alpha and beta are the roots. Isn't it? That's what we have proved now. If alpha and beta are the roots of this, then ax square plus bx plus c will be equal to kx square minus kx into alpha plus beta plus k alpha beta. Now see, if ax square is equal to kx square, then a will be equal to k. Similarly, now see, for the second term of ax square plus bx plus c, coefficient is b, and see, and what you have got, what is the coefficient of x? It is minus k into alpha plus beta. So you can equate those two. B and minus k into alpha plus beta you can equate because both are the coefficients of x. Okay. Now look at the third terms, c and k alpha beta. They are equal. Is that clear? Now we'll see from the second one, that is b is equal to minus k into alpha plus beta, you can write alpha plus beta is equal to b by minus k. K is equal to a, therefore it becomes minus b by a. Have you understood how you got it? Now, what is alpha beta? It will be c by k. K is a. So, you can substitute for k as a and you will get alpha beta is equal to c by a. So, if alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial, then sum of the zeros alpha plus beta will be equal to minus b by a. B and a are the coefficients there. Okay? And alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial. So, alpha plus beta, sum of the zeros of the polynomial is equal to minus b by a, whereas the product alpha beta is equal to c by a, where c is a constant there and a is a coefficient of x square. Is it clear? Now see, for a quadratic polynomial, if the zeros of the polynomial are alpha and beta, you have learned that sum of the zeros, that is equal to alpha plus beta, is equal to minus b by a, which is nothing but minus of the coefficient of x by a is nothing but the coefficient of x square. This you have to learn by heart. The next point is that product of the zeros is equal to alpha beta, which is equal to c by a, that is equal to constant term by coefficient of x square. This also you have to learn. And the next one is also very important. P of x, that is polynomial in x, is equal to x square plus minus of the sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. Is that clear? You know that when you get a polynomial, quadratic polynomial to factorize, we use sum and product method, isn't it? Splitting the thing. That's the same thing you can remember for learning the third point. We are going to use this formula to find the polynomial when zeros are given. Sum of the zeros and products are given for finding the polynomial. Is that clear? So, learn this. P of x is equal to x square plus minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. Is that clear? Now, based on what you have learned just now, we are going to do a problem. We'll take the example to find a quadratic polynomial whose sum and product of zeros are minus 8 by 3 and 4 by 3 respectively. So what are these minus 8 by 3 and 4 by 3? They are the sum and product of zeros. Sum is minus 8 by 3 and product is 4 by 3. That is, alpha plus beta is minus 8 by 3 and product alpha beta is 4 by 3. Now you are asked to find out a polynomial which will fit in this. Okay? And also find the zeros of the polynomial. See how to do it. First write the formula. P of x is equal to x square plus minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. Okay? And now just substitute in this. X square you put as it is, and plus, after plus you have minus sum of zeros. So minus of sum of zeros is given to be minus 8 by 3 in the equation. So put minus 8 by 3 into x is there. Don't forget to put that into x with the sum plus the product which is 4 by 3. Okay, now see, that can be written as minus of minus will become plus. So x square plus 8 by 3 x plus 4 by 3. Okay, that is a required polynomial. So you have learned to get the polynomial if the sum and product of zeros are given. Okay, just write the formula P of x is equal to x square plus minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. So say once again, x square plus minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. Clear? Now we are going to find the zeros of the polynomial you have got. Okay? To find the zeros, what do? You have to equate the polynomial to 0. Okay? The polynomial is x square plus 8 by 3x plus 4 by 3 equal to 0. Now see here, the coefficient of x and the constant term are in the form of fractions. So the first step is to convert that into whole numbers or the integers. Okay, so you have to remove that 3 from the denominator. For that you multiply the full equation with 3. Okay, the whole equation you have to multiply by 3 to remove the denominators. Okay, so it becomes 3 into x square, 3x square plus 8x plus 4 equal to 0. Equal to 0 you have to put to find the zeros. Okay, now splitting the middle term, you can write 3x square plus 6x plus 2x plus 4, because product is 3 into 4, 12, and sum is 8. So 6 into 2 is 12, 6 plus 2 is 8. Okay, now taking the common factors out, you get it like this: 3x into x plus 2 plus 2 into x plus 2 equal to 0. And now you can write 3x plus 2 into x plus 2 equal to 0. So how do you write now? You can write 3x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. Remember, see how to write: 3x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, finding the value of x from these, you will get x is equal to minus 2 by 3 or x is equal to minus 2. But when you write the zeros of the polynomial, you write minus 2 by 3 and minus 2 are the zeros of the polynomial. You have understood? Hope you have understood what you learned today. In the next class, we'll be doing the division algorithm. Okay? So if you have liked the video, please do share and subscribe. Don't forget.